Welcome to PTI BetterGradesFast.com multimedia tutorials. This language arts session will be on types of sentences. In English, there are three main types of sentences. These are simple sentences, compound sentences, and complex sentences. We will first look at simple sentences. As the name suggests, this type of sentence is perhaps the most simple or easiest one to identify. Simple sentences are those which have only one subject and one verb. Therefore, they tend to be a bit shorter in length. Some examples for simple sentences are: he is a tall boy. He being the only subject, is being the only verb. Mathematics is my favorite subject. Mathematics, subject of your sentence, is your verb. My sisters and my brothers are much older than I am. My sisters and my brothers, subject, are verb. These are all examples of simple sentences. Remember, simple sentences are those with one subject and one verb. Now let's look at compound sentences. Earlier in primary school, you would have learned about compound words, which are two shorter words which come together to make a longer one, such as rainbow, rain, and bow. Compound sentences work the same way, but this time with a bit more words. Compound sentences are those that are combined using a coordinating conjunction, meaning compound sentences are two short sentences with a conjunction in the middle. Let me give you an example. She is tall, but her father is short. You can say she is tall by itself as a simple sentence. You can say her father is short by itself as a simple sentence. But by using the word but in the middle, which is a coordinating conjunction, you have joined two simple sentences and therefore formed a compound one. Another example of this is: he is late, so he will run. He is late is a simple sentence. He will run is also simple. But by using the conjunction so to combine the two, you have formed a compound sentence. There are specific conjunctions that are most commonly used for compound sentences. To remember them, you can use the mnemonic device fanboy. F meaning for, A for and, N for no, B for but, O for or, and Y for yet. These are the most commonly used conjunctions for compound sentences. Let me give you one example using or. She will bring the snacks, or he will bring the snacks. Very simple sentences joined by or to make a compound one. Remember, both simple sentences on either side of your conjunction have to be somewhat equal in length and in value. Therefore, it will be incorrect to say, I am going to go to the market to buy different types of fruits, but he is a student. That will not make sense because the simple sentences on either side of the conjunction do not relate. They are not similar in any way. You can say something like, however, like, she is Japanese, but her husband is German. Both sides of your sentence speak about nationality. Therefore, they can equate to each other. This means they are more or less similar in content, so they can be used for a compound sentence. Remember these most commonly used conjunctions to form your sentences have to be in the middle of two simpler ones to be able to form a compound sentence. Next, we are going to look at complex sentences. Complex sentences contain an independent clause as well as a dependent clause. This means that a dependent clause must start a compound sentence and an independent clause must end it. You would have learned that dependent clauses are those which have a subject and a verb, but they cannot stand on their own. Independent clauses have a subject and a verb, but they can stand on their own. Let me show you an example. After I ate dinner, I went to bed. After I ate dinner is a dependent or a subordinate clause. We know this because although it has a subject and a verb, it cannot stand on its own. You cannot say after I ate dinner, full stop. We know that I went to bed is a main or an independent clause because it has a subject and a verb and it can stand on its own. Meaning you can say I went to bed full stop and it is grammatically correct. The combination of a subordinate clause with a main clause forms a complex sentence. Again, once you have a sentence with a subordinate clause and a main clause, you will therefore have a sentence that is complex. Just to recap, a simple sentence is one that has only one subject and one verb and is usually shorter in length. A compound sentence is made up of two simple sentences which are similar in length and content, and they are both separated by any one of these coordinating conjunctions. This means that a compound sentence must have a conjunction between two simpler sentences. Finally, a complex sentence is one that combines a subordinate clause with an independent clause. When reading your textbook or any other type of book, look at the sentences that you are reading. Try to identify if they are simple, compound, or complex. When you are writing, vary your sentences, meaning you should use all three types in your writing to be able to have a truly original and creative essay. Thank you for choosing PTI BetterGradesFast.com.